Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Advocate Rahul Kumar Singh. We will be doing about the topic like how to do research. Research is a very broad part, so we need to focus what is our main question. First, we should focus to our questions which we are trying to research. Means we should start with the question. Any question can be very big. But the thing is that we should filter the information which is needed as per the question. So we should narrow down. Narrow down means we should listen the information as per our questions. Which questions should we take and which questions should we not take. So we should narrow down, and we should be specific. Specific means to the topic. The topic which is asked, you should be specific. You should focus to that question so that unnecessary informations can be avoided. Okay, so this can be answered through the research. Research means what? You are finding out the information and you are organizing as per the question. So this is exploring the topic. Means you are exploring means you are finding the information about the topic. You are identifying the knowledge and writing it down as per the requirement, as well as you are giving the suggestions and conclusions related to gaps, and you are, as well as you can formulate the questions depending upon the topics which is given to you. So the relevant information, the novel information, the feasible means reliable information must be stated in your topic which is given to you, so that you will be able to know how to, when you are drafting anything, you will be able to know how to take the information so that it can fit your as per the requirement. So you are taking the information depending upon the sources. From which sources you are taking, you have to mention in the footnote so that the information becomes more reliable. You have to evaluate the in details, as well as you should take the credible, means the credible, you can say that the information which are from those sources which are considered that they are true to your knowledge, and you should analyze the information and you can answer as per the requirement. Okay, now we'll do in detail about the effective way to do research. First is that we should develop a research question. Without research question, how will you do research? So it is important that you should develop a research question and you should think big. When you think big, then you can filter the information which you need. So you should start with the topic and you can narrow it down as per your requirement. Narrow it down means you can listen the information as per your knowledge. So first start with a broad, means you are developing a research question in this thing. Second is that you should explore and identify the gaps. Explore means you should research depending upon your questions by identifying the informations and the information which you need. So you are exploring the, and as well as you are identifying the facts which you need as per your questions. And in the C category, you can formulate the focus question. Means you should ask to yourself how, means how this thing is going to happen, so that you can find the information from the sources. Why means why these things is happening. So how and why you should ask to yourself while researching, so that you can create a specific research questions. Because without questions you cannot do any type of research in organized work. Okay, and then you have to evaluate your questions. Means you should be clear about the questions. You should focus on your questions with the information is being asked. Okay, you have to make the complex things simple. Okay, without making complex things simple, how will you do it? And the most of all is you need to find the relevant information. So okay, without relevant information, how will you do that? Okay, so relevant information is a need of the hour. That's because this, if this information is not relevant, then how will you do the thing? Okay, so the relevancy becomes very much important in this categories things. Okay, so that next thing is that you should gather information. Gathering information means you should focus to reliable sources like a library, data, database, online resources like various websites are there. You should take information from there, as well as from the journals. Okay, so you should gather information from these sources. Then you should access the credible and accurate information with your sources. Means if the informations are not credible, then how will you do the research? Then take notes, organize your findings in a way that makes you easier. Means you should organize whatever you have found in, so that you can take the notes of it and you can organize them in your paper which you are writing in. Okay, so gathering information is becoming important over here, as because without information how will you do anything? Okay, so information gathering becomes important in this part. Okay, so information which we are taking must be to the point. In the third part, okay, you should analyze and synthesize information. Analyzing means you analyzing and organizing information as per your requirement. So you should identify the pattern and themes, means on which topics you have to write. Okay, so ideas and arguments should be from the sources. Sources can be any magazine, any journal, newspaper, website, books. So data must be stated in a footnotes. Now footnotes, in which format you will do? In which it is asked. Okay, in which it is asked, you will give information in that footnotes. Okay, so that things become important. As well as you should draw the conclusion. You should draw the conclusion of the finding the answer in the research question. Means you should, in conclusion, you should support your arguments so that the arguments become important. As well as you should consider the different perspective. Means you should recognize the viewpoints on the topics so that you have to research. So your viewpoint matters a lot in these things. Okay. In the fourth point, you should refine and iterate. Refine means you should evaluate your research depending upon the questions which you are to ask and how you will adjust it. Okay, so you are evaluating the research depending upon the appropriate things which you are about to adjust it. Okay, and iterate means the necessary things which you are doing research. You are refining the questions, you are gathering the information. If required, you can visit the question again and again. That is of no issue. You can visit the question again and again, so that the information which you are taking is to the topic. Okay, fifth point is that present your findings. Organize your information in a structured manner, and it must be clear, and it should be based on the logic. Logic means you should stick to the question which is asked. Cite your sources. Cite your sources means you should give those sources information footnotes from which you are taking the information, so that your information become more reliable. Okay, and the third part of your finding, you can communicate your finding. Means you can present your research in a clear and concise manner, and you can give your suggestions after the completion of the research. So if you follow this criteria, you can do any legal drafting, any writing research papers, essays, answers. Okay, so this will help you a lot. So main topic was to make you aware about the informations which you should rely upon, so that you can find it, organize it, and write the paper as per your suitability, so that you can be low in your plagiarism, and it would be well. So thank you for listening and watching. Take care. Bye bye.